Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Tai Fishing Co. YouTube channel. Yesterday, I caught my first hatchery steelhead in December. Amazing day, hooked a wild, then hooked that hatchery fish. And just from catching nothing in the previous 3 days, and then catching them on the day just before Christmas, it was a good memory. I took it into the Derby. After that, cooked it up for Christmas Eve supper. So yeah, I just want to take you through the whole experience. Hope you enjoy the video and enjoy.
Rise the air on the beat.
Oh, there he goes. Second one of the day. I got hit in there and I went back a little bit farther and he was down in. These are the two earliest fish I've ever caught in my life. Still running up there. Really trying to get me loose. I think it's another doe. Whoa, man. Gotta watch out for these rocks here. That's my hatchery fish right there. Woo! Look at that bent rod's bead just propped up on his mouth. If they got this adipose fin clipped off and it's nice and healed like that, then you know you can kill them. Usually you'll see like abrasions on these fins, but wow, I think this fish also has sea rays too. That's unreal. All right, we're gonna give her a night and then yeah, be able to cut up and eat some steelhead for the next couple days. Back home on the front porch, getting ready to show you guys how to fillet the steelhead in front of me. Really quickly, I just wanted to go over the setup. This Fred's Custom Tackle 11.3 medium action float rod, and then I have a Tranx 300 reel, 60-pound braid to a 20-pound bumper, and then I have a swivel with a ticker lead on there, and then I have a 35 gram float, 2 bobber stops at each end just to make sure the bobber holds. And then at the end I got that red and white bent rods bead. It looks like a 10 mil, and then after that I have a size 1 hook with just a loop knot in the end. That's the setup I use to catch the steelhead that you can see in front of me. Now I'll get into the filleting. You can see that rigor mortis really hit it pretty hard, so I'm just gonna flatten it out real quick. We just got just a regular kitchen knife, pretty sharp. We're gonna give it a try. First I'm gonna gut the fish, so I'll just flip the fish like that sideways, take the knife, put it in the anal cavity, and then just run it up the belly, in between these two fins on the bottom, right up the center of the fish, all the way up to the gills. So you can see that blood already starting to come out. That's because that fish wasn't bled. I really quickly just take out the roe, just pull it from the front. You can pull that out, and that's your skiing for you, steelhead roe. After gutting the fish, I remove the gills to free up the collars. Then I trace my knife along the backbone inside the gut cavity. After I use my thumb to scrape the clotted blood away, and before filleting, the excess blood was washed off with a hose. When filleting, make sure the belly of the fish is facing you, then start your first cut just behind the collar, cutting on a 45-degree angle towards the head of the fish until you hit the backbone. Once you hit the backbone, tilt your knife edge down towards the tail of the fish and slowly move your knife back and forth while keeping a slight downwards angle to save as much meat as possible. Just before you pass the dorsal fin, it's important to tilt your knife on a slightly steeper angle, this way losing a little bit less meat on the tail section of the fillet. So for the second fillet, you can just flip the fish and then repeat the process. I find the second fillet a little bit more challenging because the backbone's not evenly flat. But if you go off track from the backbone on the second fillet, just look inside the gut cavity to reposition and cut along the spine. So after taking off those 2 fillets, I then move on to removing the rib bones. You can start this process by facing the top of the steelhead towards yourself. If you want, you can also feel for both ends of the ribs just to get a better idea from where to start and end your cuts. When removing the ribs, you can start at the top of the ribs closest to where the head of the fish was. I tend to slide the knife under and across the ribs, making sure the knife's parallel along the rib bones with a slight upwards angle to minimize the meat lost. What I find helps me a bit when making those last cuts when cutting out the rib bones is just holding up the top of the ribs, just pulling it upwards. That way you can make a little bit cleaner cuts. Really quickly, I just wanted to add that the rib bones at the head end of the fish are lower in the fillet, so keep that in mind, or wait till the rest of the rib bones are out before they're removed. After taking out the rib bones, then you can remove the ventricle fins. There should be a little visual indent going around the ventricle fin. You just follow on the outside of that. Take off the ventricle fin. Just be careful not to cut yourself because I've done it to myself before. If you do want to fully debone the fish, you can pull out the pin bones. You can feel them on the top part of the fillet. You can just use a pair of pliers or tweezers to pull them out, but in this case, I just left them in. Overall, I was super happy with the meat quality. It had this almost orangey red color to it with a ton of intermuscular fat making its way all the way down to the tail. I ended up cutting each of the fillets into 3 pieces, then vacuum sealed the pieces, labeled the bags, gave the rest to family members, and then took 2 pieces for later that day for Christmas Eve dinner, where my dad cooked up the best cooked steelhead I've ever had. Stay tuned.
Cameron, nice job on the catching the steelhead, first steelhead of the season. Beautiful piece. There's 2 pieces here. We just rinsed them off. You did a nice fillet job. So what we're gonna do is we're going to put some olive oil in there. You can see I've already done that. And we're gonna put salt and pepper on these fillets. So you just easy do it, just like that. Simple.
The coarse salt.
Yes. There we go. Put it on the skin side. Put some nice pepper on it.
Gordon Ramsay would be proud.
Extra virgin in there? Yeah. You just put it on medium heat. It's good. Put a little bit of oil on the fillet. Just a little bit. Just a little splash. And you just rub it in like that. Nice.
Like how, Georgie? How do you rub it in again?
Just rub it in like this. Oh, here, it's ready. See it bubbling a little bit?
So just like sear it in, right?
Oh, those are nice.
This side is
Kitchen timer. 4 minutes. Okay. And then it'll be 4 minutes on the other side. Then it'll probably be 6-7 minutes in the oven. Depending on the thickness. These are very thick, so it might need a bit more time. Seasoning on the other side. A little bit of pepper. Just putting that seasoning on the skin, like what, to crispen it up a bit? Nope, just for a taste. A little bit more salt too. Nice. See that nice browning in there? That's pretty much perfect, because now that's all been sealed. The meat's been sealed, and you'll see it when we turn it over. The reason you want to put the skin side up is because when we turn it over, okay, the skin is going to be down on the bottom of the pan for the next 4 minutes. Then we'll take it and put it in the oven, and it'll finish cooking there. And the skin being on the bottom of the pan will make the skin crispier. So I'm cooking it a little bit extra just because I can see how thick these are. We're lucky to have this, buddy. Yeah, we are. Especially December. This is like one of the freshest steelheads you're gonna get. See that?
Just to commentate, so then you know. So now we got George Harry in the second round over here.
And I can do this. I just want.
That's very subjective.
Okay, so now the oven 400 degrees. Then we put it in the oven.
I mean, for her, gymnastics is like.
And I'll finish up in there.
What? She is
Clean,
amazing.
Dad.
Yeah, that's.
Alright.
Look at all the way it's just like flaking apart. Like,
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
We are very
Where
lucky
would
to
you like
have
us
this.
to sit?
It's incredible.
Yeah?
Without,
You like it?
without
Oh
the
my
lemon.
god, I love it. Yeah. Like there's just the freshness of it. You can taste that it is next
Fresh.
level.
It's delish.
Ooh, right?
It's delicious.
That's unique, eh?
I'm glad we didn't put a big sauce or anything on it.
You know,
Oh, sure. You can really taste the fish this way.
but
What does it taste like, you think?
it just tastes like fish.
Tastes like steelhead, man. We can
I
have a
haven't
little
tasted
bit of the
steelhead
red.
this good. Like, I've never had it like prepared this well. Taste.
This what do you call it? Skin is so good with it.
Thank you.
You see what I mean?
Try the skin.
So
Is
crispy.
it good?
Oh, crispy. Mmm.
Yeah, the skin. Wow.
You must feel proud of that.
You know what's crazy is that's not even like
We're eating your fresh catch of the day. Thank you for coming, everyone. Making our Christmas special.
Cheers.
Thank you for catching this steelhead, Cameron.
Yes.